Hey, sports-wise, so the 800-pound gorilla of the last couple of weeks was the Winter Olympics. And the Winter Olympics came to a spectacular kind of close. Wasn't as grandiose as the opening ceremonies, but they never are. But Pyeongchang extinguished the Olympic flame and danced off into the sunset. Those are some of the fireworks that went on. It was a fun show to watch. I know from a TV standpoint, it's mainly for the athletes. Honestly, there's literally a few thousand of them that can really enjoy it. I found it really interesting when you look at the medal tally of the countries that have done the best in this last one: Norway, Germany, Canada, USA. Everyone obsesses over the gold medals, the medal totals. Norway broke the U.S. record. I think it was in Vancouver for total medals at 39. Great for them. Fantastic for them. Immediately, people in the U.S. wanted to know what was the reason that our medal count was so low. And they're going to probably spend millions of dollars trying to figure this out. I can save you millions of dollars. You know what? When you had to have it, you had to step up, like the women's hockey team. They beat Canada in a shootout. That's how you get more medals. You don't fall down. You don't end up doing things at the worst possible time from a pressure standpoint. You deal with those pressure-packed situations like Miss Kim did in the snowboarding, in the half pipe. She did a fantastic job. Got her gold medal. Everybody that stood up and did it the right way, that reacted well, even if you're Norwegian, you got your medal. It's not complicated. You're going to either define your moment or that moment is going to define you. Don't spend the extra millions. At least don't spend it on studying why you didn't get more medals. And don't tell people, well, we got a lot of fourths and fifths. Who cares? Seriously. I know the Olympics, they say, oh, it's about the experience. It's about being there, all that. Okay. Well, great. If that's it, why do we spend all this money training our athletes if it's not about winning? Because really, honestly, if it's in sports and it's not about winning, why the hell do you do it? You know? Make any sense to anybody? Next sport up on the bucket list here. The NFL Combine, or as I've always referred to it as, and it's now become a fairly popular term, the Underwear Olympics. Why do I call it the Underwear Olympics? Check out the rest of these photos up here. All right? What are they wearing? Now they're wearing underwear or sausage suits or whatever you want to call these outfits. And it's got nothing to do with football. Let's be clear about that. You might see quarterbacks throw the ball and receivers catch the ball, but that's about the most football thing you'll see anybody doing. But there's a lot of video highlights to give for the Combine. Check this out. Yeah, you run your fastest, lift your hardest, jump your highest. Look at this. That's a 12-foot standing broad jump. You know how hard that is? Sign that guy. And so is maintaining the edge on a pass rush like that. So the NFL Scouting Combine will be coming up during the course of the week. You're going to see workouts on TV. You're going to see DBs go through drills, O-linemen and D-linemen go through drills. You're going to see some quarterbacks throw. You're going to see all receivers try to catch. There's a reason they say try to catch, because not all of them can catch. But the Combine is coming your way this week. Another thing that's coming your way this week is more irrelevant NBA games. There isn't another major sport whose regular season is more, useless, more kind of clueless than the NBA. Now, there's about 22 games left, about 20 for most teams. It's a foregone conclusion. And people will say, no, the NBA really starts in the playoffs. Okay, You got the East, you got the West. Who's coming out of that? Who you got your money on? You think maybe in the West, Golden State might come into the finals? You think maybe LeBron James, and he's got his regular season look on his face right there, kind of meh. You think he and the Cavaliers might be in the finals again? What are we going to get, Golden West Cleveland for the fourth year in a row? Pretty much guaranteed. If it doesn't happen, it's a huge upset. And whichever one of those teams doesn't get in the final, they're going to be NBA champions. But hey, that's just me. It's like college basketball. I start watching college basketball when the tournament starts. That's the most compelling TV, I think, of this time of the year. That's fantastic. Now, another thing that's coming this time of the year, and I'll warn you up front, it's spring baseball. It's spring training. And you got the Grapefruit League and you got the Cactus League. But the Grapefruit League and the Cactus League, grapefruits in Florida, cactuses in Arizona. Get it? Yeah. But they've got one thing in common. They both have this effect on fans. It's, man, if you can watch spring training games, you're a better man than I am. Actually, you're a better man than this guy. But spring training is, it's a necessary evil. It's how baseball ramps up for their regular season, which is only, 162 games long. But I don't find baseball as a useless kind of a regular season like I do the NBA. Baseball has got a very compelling story every year in the regular season. So let's get spring training over with and let's get on with the regular season of baseball. Hey, this time of the year, the springtime, and I know wherever you are, it may be raining, it may be cold, heck, it may be snowing. But this is about springtime. And springtime to me is about two things, two events. It ain't the combine. It's not the NBA regular season, like I've just said. It's two events. It's the Final Four in college basketball, which is TV, in person, on tape, on paper. I don't care where you like to concentrate. They're in a better event going than the Final Four and that whole NCAA tournament. There is nothing scripted to it. Almost every year you'll see the brackets right here. The number one seed, the number one team. How often do they come out and at the end of the year are they the national champions? Not very often, to answer my own question. So the NCAA tournament, CBS and Turner broadcast it, do a fantastic job, and I love college basketball. I'm not going to apologize for it. I think it's fantastic, and I can't wait for the tournament to start. The other thing I can't wait for is going to happen the first week of April, right after the Monday where the NCAA will crown their basketball champ. We're going to start the Masters. And yes, that's a very politically incorrect title for a golf tournament because everybody gets butthurt over it. Well, you know what? Tough. Augusta, Georgia, beautiful part of the country. The Masters is the best golf tournament going. Better than the U.S. Open, better than the British Open, better than the PGA. There's not another tournament from a beauty standpoint that can touch the tournament that goes on at Augusta National Country Club down there in Augusta. It's visually the most beautiful. Nobody's even a close second. And usually competitively and closing-wise, when it comes to that Sunday round, it year in and year out doesn't disappoint. And last year, Sergio Garcia finally getting that Masters title, making that last great putt. I can't wait for that either. So my spring will be made, and mainly because of college basketball.